Hi folks, so welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. It's a beautiful day. My window is dirty, and you can't, now it looks all white, but the sky is just the prettiest blue today, and there's no streaks running through it. There's no clouds, there's nothing. It's beautiful. It is a little breezy today. It's pretty good amount of wind coming through, but it's a lovely day in the Ozarks. Can't complain about it at all, really. Just reminding you, Sunday. Big meeting Sunday. For those of you that can come to the meeting, it's our monthly meeting that we do every month, but this one is way bigger, way more important. It is the meeting to come to. So please make plans to come to this meeting. And it's going to be packed. I'm going to let you know. It's going to be packed. We do a potluck beforehand. So if you're able to bring a little something, please do. If you can't, you can still come. Okay? That's not a requirement. There's always plenty of food. But come early, get to know people, talk, all that kind of stuff. And then 2 o'clock starts the really cool part. So, and like I said, a lot of people are going to be walking out of that building Sunday afternoon with a little bit of gold or a little bit of silver in their pocket. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, if you've never been but you want to come, you're willing to make the drive or whatever, shoot me an email. I'm still working on responding to emails because I've gotten a whole lot this week. But I'll get those finished up today, and maybe, well, and then after this I'll have a bunch new ones. So I'll just keep working on them, okay? Just gonna keep working on them. We'll get it caught up. Anyways, so I know that you're tired of hearing about it, because I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of talking about it, but I think it is important. And I'm speaking of what's going on in South America, predominantly with Venezuela, but also Guyana and Colombia. That's the three big countries that's the focus is on. And what I'm speaking of is the very likely war. It's never going to be called war. It's, we're going in there for some policing reasons, or to take out bad guys. It's war, folks. It's happening. It's going to happen. Today, the news is reporting that the United States has contacted its partners and allies in that region to warn them that increased hostilities in the neighborhood of Venezuela, Colombia, and Guyana, predominantly Venezuela, could dramatically increase very soon. They've been a build-up for weeks now. Building up troops, ground troops, air, water, everything. It's all been a big buildup over there. I reported just a few days ago that the island of Trinidad, I can't remember, I think it was Trinidad, but I may be wrong. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's an island country off the coast of Venezuela. That the United States military had set up an ammunitions depot. They were stockpiling ammo. Why would they be doing that? Well, they've got to have a place to put their ammo for this war that they're starting. It was also announced today that the United States just purchased 1 million barrels of oil, of gas. Maybe it's just to put in the strategic petroleum reserves, which is what they said. But it also could be because we're low, and if we start a big old war, we might need some fuel for it. And we're starting a war against the largest oil country in the world. Venezuela has the largest oil reserves in the entire world. I think this is going to happen soon. I know I've been saying that, but it has been building and building and building. I think it's going to happen soon. This is not about drugs. I mean, kind of. That's like one of those, oh, we're doing it for this reason, and guess what? It just so happens it's also going to cause this. Getting red of the drugs, which they don't really want to get rid of drugs. I mean, we've been in a drug war for decades now, and it's worse than it ever was before, because our own government's the one that's supplying and funding everything. But anyways, that's another video. That is the reason for this is drugs, but it's not drugs. It's for dominance of this hemisphere. That's what the United States is, I think, doing. They don't like it that we've got Russia and China and Iran and North Korea in our backyard. Literally. Venezuela is not that far away. And they're right there in Venezuela. They're in Colombia, especially China and Russia, big time. There are terrorist training camps down in those regions. It's all right there. And we have been sleeping at the wheel, allowing these countries to come in and do this. And so on one hand, it's probably a good thing that we do this. But on the other hand, this could get out of hand really quick. Because like I said, Russia and China predominantly, but also Iran and North Korea a little bit, have a pretty strong foothold in that region. They have a strong foothold with the oil that's been drilled out of the ground, pumped out of the ground. They have a strong foothold in the rare earth minerals that are being taken out of the ground. And they have a strong foothold with the production of military equipment in those areas and training centers. And so we start moving in and we start taking over. You think they're just gonna give up too? Unlikely. I'm gonna remind you, for those of you that watch me on some regular basis, that a couple of months ago, a friend of mine that works for the DOD, DOW, whatever, that just sounds dumb, DOW. He's a retired military, and he's now back to work for them as a civilian, you know. And he told me, he said, everything we're hearing is that we are going to war with Venezuela. Everybody's getting ready for it. Everyone that has any level of knowledge of anything, that's the talk. He said it's not Russia, it's not China right now, it's Venezuela. Everything is focused on making preparations for that. And so far, everything he's ever told me of information he finds out's been dead on accurate. And this one looks like he was accurate too. Now, it hasn't started technically yet, even though, yes, we have been blowing ships out of the water. And the president gave authorization to the CIA to do, lethal operations inside of there, which they probably have already been doing and probably are still doing now. Special operations type units, CIA working alongside with Delta Force. I'm sure they're already doing stuff there and probably already on the ground. So it's not that the war would start, it's just that the war would expand. You need to be ready for this one. I think this one it's possible. It is possible that Venezuela will just, roll over and give up. But when you've got three countries that have there's so much invested in them by China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, it's very unlikely that they will just give up. This could be potentially another Vietnam. Maybe. Maybe not, but it could be. Russia's been making threats. The Vladimir Putin's head spokesperson the other day said that Russia could take out Mar-a-Lago, Trump's home in Mar-a-Lago, from Cuba. They have the capability. Take it out easily. So this is, and then also with the stuff going on with, Russia and Ukraine and China and Taiwan, it all just exacerbates it, It's making everything worse. And so I'm telling you, this is something to be prepared for. And it's more of a threat to you and I because it's closer. It's in our hemisphere. And the possibility of things happening here. And then you add in all of the rounding up of illegals, the ICE operations and stuff. And I'm not opposed to rounding up illegals, but a lot of them are from those regions, and a lot of them work for the cartels in those regions. Already, those cartels have been putting $50,000 hits, rewards out for ICE agents. It's getting there, folks. And now we've got our own government warning our allies in South America that hostilities are about ready to take a dramatic increase in that area soon, very soon. They didn't give a timeline. They didn't give specifics. They're not going to. But everything is lining up. I don't think it's just a show of force. I think they mean it for real. I think they do. And of course, it's not drugs, folks. It's rare earth minerals. It's oil. It's just dominance of this hemisphere. That's what it is. We've allowed our enemies to control our backyard. And I think that's all about to change. I'm not saying it's all bad. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just telling you, you better get ready for it. Because it could disrupt a lot of things. A lot of things. And it could be a bigger, more bloody thing than what a lot of people think it is. Maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll be quick. Hopefully it would. There's no guarantee. So you need to prepare for this one. Because it sounds like we may be hours or days away from something really changing. Folks, it's time to get your houses in order and prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.